Vintage Story has mounts. You heard me right, no more walking 50,000 blocks to see those beautiful northern lights. Now you can ride in style with your new friend. How do you get your first mount? Can you store stuff on your mount? And will there be customizations? Let's find out and grab our first mount in Vintage Story. Hi, it's Drax. This is the part at the beginning of the video that everyone skips. For those of you that didn't jump forward, enjoy watching and listening. Might you consider supporting me further by visiting my Ko-fi or clicking on the join button on this video? Alright, that's it. Back to the video. Mounts have been added to the 1.2 version of Vintage Story. Right now our options are limited to the elk, but as new mounts are introduced, the process of obtaining and accessorizing should be similar. Mounts can only be purchased from the treasure hunter trader. Okay, cool, so let's find a trader and buy a mount, right? That's not quite that easy. The mount, at this point, is not an early game item. To get the trader to sell you a mount, you'll need to complete the first dungeon of the game. Yes, you heard me right. You'll need to complete the Resonance Archive to unlock the ability to buy the mount from the trader. So, I'll see you in a couple of hours. Welcome back. Now that you've completed that small task, you'll need the following items to buy the mount from the trader: a saddle, a bridle, and 100 rusty gears. I'll show you how to craft the saddle and the bridle a little later. Let's talk to the trader and purchase the mount. Easy! I'm guessing in the future, mounts will be a bit more friendly to obtain. This is a lot of work, but honestly, it's Vintage Story, so of course it's hard. Now that you have your fancy new mount, let's talk about all the items you're going to need to ride and accessorize your new partner in exploration. The saddle and the bridle you'll need to craft before you buy the mount, so let's talk about these two first. There's one saddle and you'll need 19 pieces of leather and 2 nails of any type, so of course copper. For the bridle, you'll need 7 pieces of leather and 2 nails, again any type will do. Where you place the nails determines which bridle you'll craft. There are 2 types of bridles. The curb is for long distance riding. I like to refer to this one as auto ride. Push the forward key and the mount will move forward until you tell it to stop. The other is the snaffle. Fun name. This one's for more precise control. Works just like controlling your character. You can go forward, backward, and all around. I prefer this one, but there's no right option, just personal preference. Placing the saddle and the bridle is easy to do. Approach the mount, highlight the saddle in your control bar, and control-click on the back to place. The bridle is the same. While pressing control, click on the front of the elk, and the bridle is attached. At this point, you're all set. The mount is rideable. Everything else we're going to cover is optional. Now let's talk about saddle blankets, the ultimate mount accessory. These are not necessary to riding a mount, but they're just fun to make and they add personal flair. There are 21 varieties of blankets in varying colors and styles. Some can only be purchased from traders, while others crafted by using cloth, twine, and sewing kits. I have a couple of favorites already. I love the colors! The mount does not come with storage. You'll need to craft saddlebags. Crafting requires 24 pieces of leather and 4 nails. This will give you 16 slots of storage for your mount. This extra storage will be so nice when liberating items from ruins. You can craft a hay bed and attach it to the back of your mount. I love this. I always forget a bed or don't put it in my bags. Having it attached to the back of the mount and not taking a bag slot, so good. There's a spot on the front of the mount for a lantern. Yes, your mount can have a headlight. This is key for those nighttime travel adventures, and it's also a nice way to find your way back to the mount in the dark. Here's another quality of life addition to the mount. You can add cook pots on both sides of the mount. It'll be so nice to carry cook pots on your adventures. My only wish that you could also attach a couple of bowls. Full mobile kitchen. There are 2 final items you should craft for your mount. They are the head medallion, crafted with 1 piece of leather and a nail. This item is attached to the mount's head and allows you to claim ownership and also call and find the mount if you lose it. The other is the bone flute, crafted with 1 knife and 1 bone. Great name, cool mechanic. You can play the flute and it'll recall the mount to your location. This is especially helpful when your mount has found its way into a dark, dank cave. All items minus the bone flute and medallion can be found in your trusty handbook by searching the word Mount. Riding the mount is pure joy. Jump on and gallop away. You can view yourself from different vantage points by pressing F5, and yes, you can shoot your bow or your sling while mounted. It's such a fluid experience. Kudos to the dev for getting this so right. The mount can also be led with the new rope mechanic. Simply highlight the rope in your toolbar and click on the mount, and you'll be able to pull it along as you walk. You can also place a fence post and tie up the mount so it doesn't wander off. This is also useful when moving the mount to your new boat. Yes, you can take your mount with you on long sea voyages. Ahoy! Mounts are a big upgrade to travel in Vintage Story. I'm excited to throw a saddle on my trusty elk, load up my saddlebags, and venture out into the world. I'd love to hear your thoughts on mounts in the game. Share them with me in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.